snort a rail of coke, how long does that high last for? About 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the human being. And after 10 to 15 minutes, guess what happens? That big mood energy, that just take on the world, going to solve all the world's problems, you just feel fucking amazing, goes away. And guess what it's replaced with? It's replaced with emptiness. It's replaced with depression. It's replaced with isolation. It's replaced with just despair. It's a scary place all of a sudden when you do a line of coke and that high goes away after 15 minutes. Why it does is because cocaine will end up allowing dopamine to pile up on your neurotransmitter receptors. Dopamine is that feel-good chemical all of a sudden in your brain. Well, guess what? Your brain is producing dopamine, and now it starts to pile up on the neurotransmitters, which gives you this amazing fucking high. Now your brain will regulate itself, realize that it's not clearing and absorbing in this dopamine, and it stops the production. Guess what happens? Now you stop the production of dopamine, you go from this massive high to this massive low. And that is how you get addicted to this substance, because guess what? You have now built a tolerance to what creates normal dopamine. Normal dopamine is actually created by a lot of different things out there. Just anything that we find joy in naturally creates dopamine in our brain. Caffeine creates dopamine in our brain. There's so much out there that creates dopamine. Well, we have introduced a massive stimulant, and our brain starts to not want to produce dopamine unless it has that massive stimulant. So guess what happens? The only way to start achieving that high again is by doing more and doing more and doing more and doing more, to the point that you will go from doing a gram in a weekend to all of a sudden you're doing an 8-ball in a weekend, to all of a sudden you're doing like I was, you're doing an 8-ball a fucking day, because all you want to do is keep that depression, that isolation, all that bad shit that the drug has when you get fucking too high and all of a sudden the dopamine stops. To keep all that away, you keep using, and that is how addiction starts. That's how we get hooked to this substance, and that's what makes it so scary, because you don't realize what's happening. As an addict, we're insane already as it is, but we don't realize this transition that ends up happening. I got sober 7/25/17. It's one day at a time. It's giving it everything that you got, knowing that it can and will get better. And it's finding what works for you, whether it's NA, whether it's AA, whether it's both of those, therapy, therapists, medication, inpatient rehab, outpatient rehab, treatment centers, talking to your doctor, getting on the right medication. There is so much that goes into it. I can tell you from my personal experience of getting sober, I had to use different rehab centers. I use NA, I use AA, I use medication, I use my therapist. I mean, I used a lot to get fucking sober, and I had to fight for it. And that's what it's about, is using all the energy that you once put into your addiction, into your sobriety, and fighting for it. And you can and will get sober. I share for educational purposes only, because I know what it's like to be in that pits of despair, that hell, trying to seek answers and find some kind of guidance. But also remember this, the way that I got sober is not the same way that you get sober. We all get sober different ways. It's about finding your way into sobriety. It's one day at a time, giving it everything that you got. And for the ones going through right now, I believe in you, and it will get better.